In the last video, we saw how this thing called cloud for technology can be overwhelming, similar to trying to learn about actual clouds in meteorology. In this video, let's take a couple minutes to review and learn what the primary shapes of cloud implementation look like. As you may have heard and learned already, the three primary cloud compute levels are infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service, also called SaaS a lot. The main takeaways in describing the differences among these three primary cloud compute service levels are what the focus is, how much your organization manages, what skills and roles are necessary in relation to who the end user is of that service level, and what is the payment licensing model for each. All of these have true end users who use the software applications, the user experience. So the roles described are those that would need access to manage and develop and make changes to the cloud service level being licensed, IaaS, PaaS, or SaaS, again, a lot of times called SaaS. For more, the Wikipedia articles have further descriptions of each of these levels. Let's walk through them. With infrastructure as a service, your company manages it all virtually from bottom to top, starting with the virtual machine. The focus is recreating your data center of compute servers in a new network data center managed by a vendor. Your organization manages the virtual computer from the operating system up. This is the most access except for having an on-premise data center you can get with a cloud service level. This licensing model requires network architects and IT administration as the primary users that have access, then granting access to developers and software engineers and to end users through application security and permissions access. The payment licensing model is an account and pay on demand usually, also with dedicated computing price models being available. Examples of this include Amazon's AWS, Microsoft's Azure, Google Cloud, IBM Cloud, and Oracle Cloud. Next, with platform as a service, your developers and your end users only need to focus on the user experience, the software, since the infrastructure and operations are handled by the PaaS provider itself. The focus is application development and testing and deployment cycles. Your organization manages the application development and data storage model like the database. This is very similar to being a line of business IT within a corporation where a central IT manages the service infrastructure. This licensing model requires developers and software engineers as the primary users that have access. The payment licensing model is an account, and then it may differ by number of developers, number of end users, data storage, scaling during use, and some other factors. Examples of this include the SAP Cloud, Amazon's AWS Lambda service, Google's App Engine, and Cloud Foundry. Finally, with software as a service, again, SaaS, end users of software packages only use software similar to being given the access to software on a desktop or a laptop, that is to say, the software is licensed on a subscription basis and is centrally hosted. The focus is software application usage by end users. Your organization manages the access and licensing to the software. The users are the end users of the software who experience using the software. Pricing is very typical to traditional software use pricing. Flat rate, usage-based pricing per user, only active or all users, tiers of users, storage, tiers of features, and sometimes free, including completely free and free with ads. Examples include Salesforce, Dropbox, Google Productivity Suite, DocuSign, and MailChimp. Just a quick note, the lowercase AA and uppercase S for as a service has now been applied to many different vendor service offerings in the marketplace. These are just the original three.